You are an actor, you're a choreographer, you're a dancer, you're a model and you're an aspiring writer director. यार हम 24 घंटे भी हमको कम पड़ दे यार, आप एक दिन में इतना कुछ कर लेते हो.
You know, but it's sometimes very difficult because you have so many things on your plate ना.
Yeah.
तो समझ नहीं आता कि क्या चीज़ पहले खाऊं और क्या चीज़ बाद में खाऊं.
Like Manish Poonam. Poonam happens to be a surname or
पूनम मेरी मम्मी का नाम है. If there is somebody who has been there in my life and did so many things for me, that has been my mother. So I would say if not my mother's name, then there is no surname. I think I'm just 21 right now. अगर मैं खुद को बॉक्स में रखूँगा that मुझे यही बनना है, यही करना है, तो शायद मैं एक्सपीरियंस नहीं कर पाऊँगा. जब मैंने कोई गोल सेट नहीं किया है ना, तो मुझे ये समझ आया कि मैं इससे भी ऊपर कुछ अचीव कर सकता हूँ. डांस ने मुझे बहुत सारी चीज़ों से इंट्रोड्यूस कराया है. इट्स द वन बिगेस्ट फैक्टर इन माई लाइफ विच हैज़ चेंज सो मेनी थिंग्स एंड मेड मी इंट्रोड्यूस टू सो मेनी पीपल, सो मेनी थिंग्स एंड टू द वर्ल्ड. टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, माई मदर यूज्ड टू से दैट कि तू आज नाच रहा है मेरी वजह से, बिकॉज जब मैं प्रेगनेंट थी तो आई डिड नॉट नो दैट आई वॉज प्रेगनेंट एंड आई वॉज एट 6th month and I was dancing the entire night and unknowingly that you are there in me. So I was like, okay, I can take that. Yeah.
So how was your growing up year?
Abhi tak I was surviving in my life because I have been taught to survive and I've been conditioned to survive, and not because that was an option, but that was the only thing. I did not receive so much love in my life in my childhood, also because I was, in world's eyes, I was a different child. I remember my father making a fake medical report and coming to my family, entire khandan, and giving to them, it's like, ये अगर डांस करेगा तो ये कुछ और बन जाएगा. And by that he meant to say transgender बन जाएगा, किन्नर बन जाएगा. So he was like one of my very best friend, like close friend. After the time I shifted to Bombay and we were very much disconnected. We were not able to connect because whenever we used to go back, तब हम लोग मिलते थे. Then cut to, he messaged me after like a year and a half, sending one of my video which went viral, and then he wrote like, तू तो वहाँ जाके gay बन गया. So which made me like, I spoke to one of my flatmate. And that was my initial year of shifting. And I told him that I'm bisexual. I feel, and I'm crying. He's like, it's okay, society will accept you and everything. And that sort of, that feeling sort of raised in me because I fell for him somehow. I did not know that what is that feeling. Why am I feeling for a guy? Suppose if I like a man, you know, even if I go and to tell that, you know, you look beautiful and I find you really attractive. Oh God, ऐसे हो जाएगा वो.
ये सोच रहे मेरे बारे में. How do you deal with personal attacks?
I've been bullied a lot in my childhood by saying ladki, 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 ladki. Later on I realized that it's better to be a girl than a man.
नमस्ते दोस्तों, मैं हूं आपका होस्ट और दोस्त सतीश नरेशन. स्वागत करता हूं और एक धमाकेदार एपिसोड ऑफ द बोला भारतीय शो. दोस्तों, थैंक यू सो वेरी मच. आपका प्यार, आपका दुलार इसी प्रकार बना रहे इन द फॉर्म ऑफ कमेंट्स, इन द फॉर्म ऑफ लाइक, शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब टू आवर चैनल. दोस्तों, टुडेज एपिसोड इज डेफिनेटली स्पेशल. जस्ट लाइक एनी अदर एपिसोड, टुडेज एपिसोड हैज गॉट दैट एक्स फैक्टर इन इट. उसका कारण भी है बिकॉज ऑफ आवर गेस्ट. ही इज नन अदर दैन मनीष पूनम. इनको आपने देखा होगा कैंपस बीट्स, जो कि बहुचर्चित वेब सीरीज था ऑन Amazon Prime. Well, without wasting much any of one single second also, let me just have the privilege of introducing you all to the extremely super talented and multifaceted personality who goes by the name of Manish Poonam. मनीष जी, स्वागत है आपका.
Thank you for
बोला
having
भारतीय
me.
शो पर.
Thank you. I'm so happy.
So, Manish ji, before, like, you know, let me even, I can start off with my interview. I need to get this thing really straight.
Yep.
Because I've written it down, all the qualities that you have. So let me get this thing. You are an actor, you're a choreographer, you're a dancer, you're a model, and you're an aspiring writer director. यार, एक दिन में कितना घंटा है बताओ. हम 24 घंटे भी हमको कम पड़ दे यार, आप एक दिन में इतना कुछ कर लेते हो.
You know, but it's sometimes very difficult because you have so many things on your plate ना.
Yeah.
तो समझ नहीं आता कि क्या चीज़ पहले खाऊं और क्या चीज़ बाद में खाऊं. तो you end up either eating nothing or you end up either eating everything and you feel full. So towards the end, you're just overwhelmed all like in your entire day.
या बट आपको देखकर लगता तो नहीं आपको ये खाने से इंडाइजेशन तो होता है, but then you're doing a great job, brother.
Thank
I
you.
mean, I'm
Thank
so
you so
proud
much.
of you. First things first, Manish, let me ask you this. The very first thing that strikes anybody is your surname. It's like Manish Poonam. Poonam happens to be your surname, or
No.
it's a
पूनम मेरी मम्मी का नाम है.
wow, yeah, attached your mom's name.
Yeah.
Wow, any
So-
specific reason?
So I was sort of not attached, and I was sort of not really glad with my surname because of our family condition and past. So I sort of did not want to connect with that anymore. So it's there on my documents, but I do not use that in my officially, and people don't know that so much. So that's one thing. But uske ilawa, I think if there is somebody who has been there in my life and did so many things for me, that has been my mother. So I would say, if not my mother's name, then there is no surname. So it has to be my mother's name, then any surname. Because towards the end, अगर हम लोग बात करें तो सरनेम इज बेसिकली आप फैमिली का, आप सरनेम जो है वो आप लेकर जाते हो पूरे
Legacy,
खानदान
हाँ.
का, आप लेगेसी बनाते हो. बट फॉर मी आई थिंक इट वाज नॉट अबाउट व्हाट that legacy has given me, but my mother has given me, because that legacy was not there for me. So it's better that I use my mother's name because that makes more sense in my life. So if I just say Manish Poonam, it sort of completes everything in me. It's sort of like, okay,
It has a ring to it.
yeah, it's there is something. I also feel whenever somebody calls me that, or somebody, because isse pehle it was not my, I think it's been 2 years that I've, not even 2, 1.5 year that I've actually started using this. Isse pehle I was keeping my cruise name, ex-cruise name, as my surname in my Instagram and everything. But then later on, I really decide to actually go with this because I feel it makes so much sense.
It does. Let me just do this. Manish ji ki mummy, koti koti pranam aapko for having given birth to not just a son. He's going to be a legend in his own right. Mark my words on this. And thank you so very much for being the person in his life, for being his backbone, for being his support system. I mean, uska smile dekar we can understand the kind of role that you have played, you are playing, and you will continue to play in his life. माँ तुझे सलाम. So Manish ji, so let me ask you this. You are a multi-talented person, jack of all. Oh, English में कहते हैं ना, jack of all trades, master of none. But then looking at you, ऐसा तो नहीं लगता you're master of none. You seem to be master of everything. So any specific reason, like, you know, you are getting on with so many other different talent, or you want to explore everything before finalizing your particular genre?
I think I'm just 21 right now. अगर मैं खुद को बॉक्स में रखूँगा दैट मुझे यही बनना है, यही करना है, तो शायद मैं एक्सपीरियंस नहीं कर पाऊँगा. बिकॉज टुवर्ड्स द एंड इन योर लाइफ यू फाइंड आउट व्हेन यू आर इन फ्लो दैट यू कैन ऑल्सो डू दिस. सो व्हेन एवर आई एम बीइंग ओपन, और मैं जब भी कोई भी अपॉर्चुनिटी को रोक नहीं रहा हूँ और हर एक डोर ओपन रख रहा हूँ, सो मुझे भी ये लग रहा है कि ओ आई कैन डू दिस ऑल्सो. जस्ट लाइक एक्टिंग, जस्ट लाइक राइटिंग एंड डायरेक्टिंग, जस्ट लाइक creating content, just like being into fashion and doing all of that. Because I would say 2 years back I was not doing any of it. So for me to not have any particular thing doing in my entire life for now, I think it's good because it gives me freedom. But everything really also sort of connect with each other. So if I'm dancing, it helps me in acting. If I'm acting, it helps me in anything else. So सब कुछ related है ना. So I think it's better for me that I keep on doing everything, and it's more, it more comes from the space of that kid that I want to do this also, that also, this also, that also.
So you find all of these very liberating?
Yeah, because I think I don't have that fear of failure for now, I would say. Because I should not have now. I was just talking to my friend yesterday that I think till 25 I'm just going to be like this, at least in the flow. And then after maybe my life take a turn, you never know what happened to your life. And the more, I think it's also about, जब मैंने कोई गोल सेट नहीं किया है ना, तो मुझे ये समझ आया कि वो मैं इससे भी ऊपर कुछ अचीव कर सकता हूँ.
Wow.
Yeah, तो मैंने अभी गोल सेट करना बंद कर दिया है.
You're just going with the flow.
Yeah. And it's more about, even your goals are basically very small goals. Like completing this project, doing this thing, doing that thing, just that. Not like कि मुझे ये बनना है बड़ा होके ये बनना है. Because I think being 21, I can't decide that. Coming years will decide that, what I'll do in my life. So maybe I might not do that good so that I turn out to something else. You never know. So I think I would, for now, I'm just very open to anything and everything is what I will say.
But then like अगर हम इसको 100 के percentage में divide करें, so if you're like 5 different talents, it becomes 20 into 5. So any one particular talent that you feel is ranking on 21%, that 1% edge
I think
over
dance.
dancing.
Because I've been dancing since childhood. So that has been...
And now you're making other people dance to your tune. You're a choreographer.
You can say that.
21, yeah. That's superb, Manish. Damn good.
But yeah, dance is one thing because मैं बचपन से वही करता आ रहा हूँ. But dance ने मुझे बहुत सारी चीज़ों से introduce कराया है. तो I would say it's the one biggest factor in my life which has changed so many things and made me introduced to so many people, so many things, and to the world, to be very honest.
Great. Talking about, you said you have been dancing for so many years since childhood. So if at all you can just throw some light on your growing up years. आपका बचपना कैसा रहा? हमारी नज़रों में अभी भी आपका बचपना जारी है. But आपके मायने में आपका बचपना कैसा था?
मतलब मैं सुनता ही आ रहा हूँ जिनसे मिलता हूँ because मैं बहुत बड़े लोगों से मिलता हूँ मेरे से जो बड़े होते हैं. And they are like 30, 29, 28 and I have such kind of friends. And also मेरे अभी नए नए friends बनने चालू हैं. Those are like my age. So they're like, oh, Gen Z and all of that. I'm like, yaar, I don't feel that at least. I don't feel that I'm still a kid. But they make me feel, so that also like basically helps me to still be a kid and, you know, have that child in me.
Yeah. It's always a nice thing to keep the child in you alive.
Yeah.
So how was your growing up years?
I think it was very mixed, I would say. Nothing like, it was very, so much of struggle. So I think I've said this for after some time in my life that abhi tak I was surviving in my life because I have been taught to survive and I've been conditioned to survive, and not because that was an option, but that was the only thing. You know, because I think bachpan se, like my mom was like the breadwinner of the home. So she used to earn like 20 rupees sometime from doing threading and the eyebrows and all of that. And my father used to not take care of us and he was just like everywhere and all over the place. So, and to know that 20 rupees was also, she was buying milk and atta for us so that she can feed us, but she was eating nothing and sleeping hungry. So to see that and to come to 50 rupees, then 100, and seeing her, you know, sometime earning 300 and then we all of us coming together and eating 30 rupees, 10 rupees ka chocolate ya fir, you know, burger, and that was a treat for us in like month में 2 बार. और बचपन में जैसे 5 रुपए मिलते थे और वो भी आफ्टर, सो पहले 5 रुपए दोनों डिवाइड करते थे मैं और मेरा भाई. So I remember my father used to give him more money, and when I asked to him, I was like मुझे भी पैसे चाहिए. So he used to always deny that मेरे पास पैसे नहीं है. Even after I'm seeing in my eyes that, you know, he's just given money to my brother. 10 रुपए दिया उसको, but जब मैं मांगने जा रहा हूँ तो मेरे लिए नहीं है. So that way I think I did not receive so much love in my life in my childhood. Also because I was, in world's eyes, I was a different child. You can say that. I had different opinions. I always used to deny on things which made me feel uncomfortable. चाहे वो, you know, पापा का खाना खाने के बाद प्लेट उठाना ना हो. All these small things.
These are basics.
Yeah, but you know, we have been in this society where mother or the wife has been doing all of this because they have been taught to do that. So बहुत सारी चीज़ें थी, like, so my dance journey started from, and that was actually my mother used to say that कि, you know, तू आज नाच रहा है मेरी वजह से, because जब मैं pregnant थी, so I did not know that I was pregnant, and I was at 6th month and I was dancing the entire night, and unknowingly that you are there in me. So I'm like, okay, I can take that. But later on, when I was, because my mother was expecting to be a girl child, and apparently उनको एक लड़का मिल गया. So initially she used to dress me up as a girl wearing lehenga and all of that. Then I remember one of the incident where I was dancing to Aja Nashli. That was my first performance on stage where my mother put me on the stage और मेरी बहन के लहंगा चोली पहना दिया मुझे. And I am getting off the stage after dancing, like improvising and dancing off this, like dancing and then coming back to the green room, and people are coming to and they're giving me like 50 rupees, 100 rupees, and I got like 1100 rupees from that. So from there to actually running on the streets wearing that, the next day I still had that lehenga, matlab tabhi, and I was, everyone is looking at me. That used to make me feel good also because I was getting attention in, like, when I was 6 or something, when I was running around the streets wearing that lehenga. Uh, but that put my mother and everyone into a space of putting me back to the box and, now condition me in a way that every boy should be. So that started. But I think my mother really did not question me on so many things, even though people were. So I was still dancing with the dupatta. I was still uh, expressing what I was feeling and not keeping it in me. And to be very honest, I think since the childhood only, I sort of had that courage to do that and make my own safe space. Because I remember that not people did not create that. I remember my father making a fake medical report and coming to my family, entire khandan, and giving to them. It's like, ये अगर डांस करेगा तो ये कुछ और बन जाएगा. And by that he meant to say transgender बन जाएगा, किन्नर बन जाएगा. And I remember I was some 7 year or 8 year old, and I'm just crying, weeping out loud, and going to each and every person in that sitting, and I'm like, I want to dance, मुझे नाचना है, मैं नहीं रोक सकता ये, and all of that. I'm doing that. And my mother listened that. My mother could. And to be very honest, it was difficult financially because it's not that they did not give me, it was that they only did not have it to give me, because sab log struggle kar rahe the. I started earning when I was 12 or 13. I started teaching to an autistic kid. Yeah. And I remember I used to get very irritated because मैं खुद बच्चा था और एक ऐसे बच्चे को संभालना जिनके लिए आपको ऑलरेडी बहुत समझ चाहिए, तो मेरे लिए भी बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो जाता था. बट आई रिमेंबर कि हाँ भाई, मुझे वो 30 दिन सिखाने के बाद मुझे 1500 आने वाले हैं, तो आई वुड स्टिल गो एंड वॉक फॉर 5 kilometers, टीच हिम, एंड देन कम वॉक 5 kilometers, कम बैक होम. So yeah, and then from there to me and my brother selling
Just hold on.
burgers.
This is exactly what legends are made up of. Future legends, mark my words. हाँ, बोलो.
Then after that, me and my brother had this food stall, fast food stall. Then we started this ready sort of situation, burgers, chow mein, noodles, ये करते थे हम लोग. But that didn't work out in both our situation. I was, touchwood, I got some scholarship from a good school. So I was studying there till my 12th. So there was no burden on my family about my study and even my any expenses. So even if I was earning anything, I was giving back home and
Taking care of yourself.
yeah, and sort of able to. And my brother started earning very early. So वो starting से ही वो struggle चालू हो गया था to just be on your toes,
yeah.
and like सोचने का टाइम नहीं है, फील करने का टाइम नहीं है, रिलैक्स तो चीज़ ही क्या है. For us the relax was, I think, I don't even remember. I think it was just the allowance of, for me, the allowance of still doing what you love to do, and that was dance and that was art. Because हमारी फैमिली में चाहे आपको घर वाले पैसे नहीं दे रहे ना, तब भी वो नहीं करने देंगे. चाहे आप घर वालों से पैसे नहीं भी ले रहे हो उस चीज़ के लिए, तब भी
No
नहीं करने
means
देंगे
no.
ना, बिकॉज दे नो दैट इसमें फ्यूचर नहीं है. क्योंकि उन्होंने, और हमारी फैमिली में से कोई भी नहीं है जो आर्ट में रहा हो या इस, और nobody has come to Mumbai also. I was the first person from my entire family who has shifted alone and started staying in Mumbai. And बिकॉज वो कल्चर भी नहीं है, और स्पेशली लड़के डांस करेंगे, वो तो एक ऐसा अजीब सीन हो गया. बट सॉर्ट ऑफ माई मदर रियली सपोर्टेड मी इन दैट. She really wanted to support me financially, but she could not. And I am okay with that because that gave me everything to actually do things by my
On
own.
your perfect.
And through that, I am here. अगर मेरी मम्मी सपोर्ट कर रही होती तो शायद मैं थोड़ा easy हो जाता खुद पे.
I know.
But with that childhood, type of childhood and all of that, it took me so many years to realize. I think I was some कुछ महीने पहले ही मैंने ये realize किया है कि oh fuck, I've been surviving and not living and not, you know, like, because क्या होता है ना, आप हर एक चीज़ वो एक पर्पस के लिए करते हो. तो फिर वो जब आप हर एक चीज़ एक पर्पस के लिए करते हो ना, तो आप जब नथिंगनेस में जाते हो तो आपको लगता है फक, आई एम नॉट डूइंग एनीथिंग.
Yeah.
You just regret about your that 1 hour extra sleep because shit, the world is going and you are staying. So it's like that. But I've become a little easy on myself now in a way that I balance things out, because then otherwise it's not good for my mental health.
Yeah, 100%.
So, yeah.
It's ironic कि attention तो मिलता ही था आपको, but attention itself, there is a word called tension.
Yeah.
So like, ever with, like, let me seek your permission before even barging into that territory. कभी बात करने का सोचा with your father, like, you spoke about the disparity between you and your brother. So any particular reason why your brother was more ladla to your father as compared to you? Because he was not a dancer.
I think I was just not liked the way I was since my childhood. I can just put it in this word. I was not liked the way I was.
तुम्हारे जो सैकड़ों fans है वो they will not even like it. You telling
By
people
my
love
father.
you.
By my father, I can say.
Yeah.
Then later on, we separated. Like,
Mom, dad.
yeah. So she took a lot of time, and because क्या था ना कि ये होता है, आप ऐसी फैमिली में जाते हो जहाँ पे even if you want to leave that person, you go back to your home and they're like, तुझे ज़िंदगी तो इसके साथ ही बितानी है, 2-3 दिन बिठाएंगे, फिर समझौता करके वापस घर भेज देंगे. So this has been happening, but after 15 years of bad marriage, she finally chose to go out of it. And that was also because of my Masi, and me and my brother were very much like now, because हमें भी तो लेट समझ आई, हमें भी समझ नहीं थी, और हम लोग बोल सकते हैं कि हम लोग हमारी लाइफ में बहुत, तो हम लोग को बहुत सारी, एंड द फैक्ट दैट we used to not see our father for like months, even if he was sleeping in the same home. Just to come at 12, 1 and leave at 5. He used to come with his bread, milk, doesn't give anything about their child or wife, won't bring anything for them. He would just get that for him, wake up, दूध उबाला, bread गरम किया, बनाया कुछ, खाया, चले गए. So if we are waking up at 6:30 for our school, he's not there. When we are sleeping, he's not there. It was like that. I mean, it was, so I think from the start, I would say I did not have a father in my life. So my father and mother, everything was my mother.
Now I understand the weightage of
Yeah.
Poonam
Yeah.
in your
Yeah.
name. Great. Once again, Poonam auntie. So very thank you. ऐसे superstar को जन्मने के लिए. But now that you are a star, certified.
not a star,
that's you
please.
being modest.
No, I am
now
not a
that
star.
now that I'm not trying to glorify you or put you on a pedestal. Now that you have achieved what many people might not have thought that you will achieve. Okay. यार मनीष, अगर मैं कोई चलो मेरी छोड़ो, कोई भी आम आदमी शाहरुख खान या आमिर खान को कोई पिक्चर में गर्दी में भी दिख जाते हैं ना बाबा, दैट इज एन अचीवमेंट. और वो देख पीछे मैं खड़ा हूँ. You are one of the characters, you're one of the central characters of like the web series that you have, that gave you so much.
Yeah.
So when people see you, especially your father, has he ever tried to call you and speak to you?
No, we have never had any conversation after that. He has never seen me. I have never seen him. And which easily says that he was not connected to us. So yeah.
Things will change.
To be very honest, I think somehow he knows about me, where I am at, or I don't know, but he doesn't care, because Uh, I don't even know where he is, and this shows that I was not attached to him. And this shows that how his contribution to my life was just giving me birth, basically helping a little.
Manish. Okay. Tell us about your journey in showbiz. How did you land up in
In
showbiz, the entertainment industry? Okay, let me put it this way. Tell us about your first audition.
first audition.
Like, the day you realized, array, camera meant for you and we are made for each other.
So I think you'll be surprised to know that, but people, I don't know. For like an acting audition, my first audition was offline audition. I'm talking about, not online. Online I gave like घर पे मैंने एक दो audition दिए उससे पहले, मुकेश छाबड़ा and all of that. But offline first audition was Campus Beats.
Campus. And you got selected.
Yeah. And there is a journey behind it.
Bolo?
And because I think I was sort of rejected from one of the audition. So I got selected for an ad which had dialogues apparently. उससे पहले मैंने जो भी ads किए थे उसमें silent, emotional and expression and all of that you're doing. And in this one, they were like particular dialogues, you have your scene and all of that. So I got shortlisted for it. And then there was this second round of offline thingy. You go and you just give your audition. So I went there. And I had this like scene where I'm using my remote and I'm like this. And she did not even give a little fuck for it, that she was like, go out of it. So yeah, I was like rejected badly. And
She matlab?
the casting director.
Acha. Oh.
So somehow that put me into, and that was the time when I was, to be very honest, at a peak of my dancing career, because I was doing workshops, this and that, traveling cities, earning good. My name was there in dancing community and all of that. I was really representing in my dancing community. And certainly I go for an audition. Coming back, I'm like, I am nothing. I have not done anything. It put because you have stepped into so much of your uncomfort that you're like, I don't want to go back to it, because your confidence shatters. You are like, oh God, I
That
did nothing
one
in my life.
rejection,
Yeah,
yeah.
because it wasn't just a rejection. The rejection could have been also in a way that it could have made me feel still okay, I can try and still give. But that rejection made me feel, oh, I can't do anything like that in my entire life iske baad. So I was like, I can't go back to acting now because I'm so scared. मैं अभी acting कर ही नहीं सकता हूँ. Or even that my first try to acting was like this. And then I was doing theater and I was doing this. I did my Berang also during that time. Not that time. Berang was queer live show, 1 hour play, which I created and directed.
You directed?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that happened later on in life.
We will talk about it.
Yeah. That happened later on in life. But during that time when I went for the audition, I was like, oh God, I can't. मैं नहीं जा सकता. So from that memory to actually not stepping up for this audition. So my call time was 3 p.m. for Campus Beats audition. And when I got the script, I was like, bro, I don't want to do it. My manager was like, do it. At that time, I had a different manager. Like, bro, do it. I was like, I don't want to do it. I'm so scared. I'm nervous. I can't. He was like, give it a try. You never know. Because they were very, like, the casting director was like, we want him to audition. At least come and audition. We'll see.
This was in Mumbai?
This was in Mumbai only.
Okay.
I was staying in Mumbai.
Ajay, you have shifted?
I shifted when I was 17.
नहीं
Now I'm
ये
21.
जो casting director का जहाँ पे rejection हुआ था, that also happened in Mumbai?
Yeah, that was just like few months back. One or 1.5 months back.
Achha.
Nothing more. That
So
way
that
it's
trauma was
yeah,
still there.
that was still there ना. तो मैं बहुत डरा हुआ था. अभी वो रहा, वहाँ पे भी रहा, क्योंकि मैं जब ऑडिशन देने गया, मैंने देखा और भी लोग हैं जो ऑडिशन दे रहे हैं मोक्ष के लिए. I was like, निकल जाए यहाँ से. So I escaped from there at that time because I had a class at 4:30 in Santa Cruz and I was like, bro, मैं क्लास के लिए लेट हो जाऊँगा. ऐसे करके मैंने मैनेजर को बोला. My manager talked to them and they're like, ask him to come at 7. And I went there at 7:30. See, they were still there. So sweet. They were waiting for me. Nobody would do that. Not one casting director would wait for you, and because right? And he was waiting for me. And then we rehearsed. I did not know my lines. And I was very nervous. I was shivering. I was not able to give any take. But then they got the take at 10th take. So you see a casting director is with you. Cut to one casting director who threw me out on the first one where I was not able to do it, and then this one. Depends. Actually, it depends also. That was for ad. They don't have time. All of that, and I understand.
Mm.
My only concern is that if I was at your place, I would have do the same, but I would have done it in a
Polite.
different way,
Mm.
polite way, and not make the front person feel like you can't do anything in the career.
Mm.
Like that. And then cut to this place where I felt like, oh, the God is here. He's
Mm.
helping me like crazy. So again, shout out to Rajan Casting.
I was just about to say that.
He-
Just give a shout out.
Yeah. He was very sweet, Rajan bhai, and and not just him. The other 4 people were also there. Entire team. Like we did the 10th take. Till the 10th take we were doing. He was shivering. We got the take, but he was like, I wanted to get comfortable. I wanted because he wanted me to give my best take,
Mm.
and he wanted to send the best take to the front end.
Wow.
So somewhere he also wanted me to be there, or to anyone, whoever is coming to him,
Correct.
which is a great feeling. And then cut to, I got shortlisted. I got a call after like 15 days. I went for another audition. And that time I started creating Berang. So that one audition,
Mm.
which put me into, put a little
Self-doubt.
confidence into me,
Mm.
in me, that can lead me to a different place in which I was also not aware of that I can do. But I did it. So I remember I was creating for it, and I had my second round, and I went, and we could be able to do the take in like second one. So second take में उनको मिल गया था. And then I remember I was getting a call that you are shortlisted for the next round also. So you have a mock shoot now. So basically it's a chemistry test with your co-actor. That was just the next day of Berang. So मैंने Berang किया 25th को and 26th को. 25th को they were calling me. I was like, I can't come because Berang is there. So 26th को I went, and I remember because so in blackout on Berang day मेरे यहाँ चोट लग गई थी because blackout है, टकरा गए, something happened, और मेरे बहुत गंदी चोट लगी थी. और उसके बाद क्या हुआ, the next day I was like, I can't come, मेरे चोट लगी. So like we'll fix it in the makeup and all of that. I still went, and I did not know that इतने सारे dialogues है, lines है. मैं चला गया, but somehow Palki Malhotra ma'am, who is the creator and showrunner of this show, she saw something in me. She was like, I want you. And I was there in the show.
The rest is your story, history.
Yeah. But till the time we went on the set, now I was so nervous. I was very nervous because first thing first is it was a continuity season.
The name of your character in the
Moksh.
Hmm.
Moksh.
Do you realize Moksh means liberation?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
And during our rehearsal time also, what happened is I was very nervous because all of them were basically have done the previous seasons.
Experienced.
They have been doing 3 seasons now, abhi tak. So abhi this is the 4th season. So they have a lot of experience with their characters especially, which is more
So
important.
they live the character.
So they live the character sort of situation. And it's not like it has a lot of gap. They just shot, released, and after a few months they came back with another script and they wanted to shoot.
So your first shot, butterflies in the stomach?
I don't know why, but I somehow felt very comfortable on set and on camera.
Maybe that's because of the, like, जो progression था.
मुझे ऐसा लग रहा था because in my rehearsal I was so much nervous. But when we went on the scenes, I had my first scene, the Kali Coffee wala scene, I remember. I was very, very comfortable. And that was some 7 to 8 minutes ka scene which we shot in 30 minutes. During this pack-up time. So pack-up होने वाला है, so आपके ऊपर pressure भी है. But we could do it. And I was nervous because that was the longest scene I had on the first scene. So
now that your friends, your parents have seen you on the show, of course you would have been like flooded with compliments. It can be from anyone. मम्मी का तो बोलते ना शाबाश बेटा बोलना ही काफ़ी है. But then how was mom's reaction? Very important. And बाकी लोग जिन्होंने in case if at all they have bullied you at any point of time for whatever reasons, has anybody picked up the call to appreciate you? या इतना भी बोल दिया भाई हमने देख लिया तुम्हारे को, wow.
now I remember all my classmates DMing me and messaging me. Sort of I forgot them, I'm sorry, but I've sort of forget them. Like I don't remember them. So many of my friends I don't remember now. I only remember few who were close to me, and other classmates and all of them I don't remember so many of them. because I was also shifting a lot of schools. तो
हाँ.
वो भी एक चीज़ था. Um, पर so there was this incident. So he was one of my very best friend, like close friend from my city and my school, and he used to also like do photography and stuff. So in my initial years of when I was growing up, so I was because I was very much fond of fashion and everything. So I wanted to do photography, and I used to call him. He's like, "Can you do my photo shoot and all?" So he did that. And after the time I shifted to Bombay, and we were very much disconnected. We were not able to connect because whenever we used to go back, तब हम लोग मिलते थे. Then cut to he messaged me after like a year and a half, sending one of my video which went viral, and then he wrote like, "तू तो वहाँ जाके gay बन गया,"
Eh?
and something he said. So which made me feel like, wait a second, what was that? And that time I was not also aware about my identity. I did not come out. I did not know about my identity, and I was in the closet. And I think I was way beyond the closet because I myself did not know that if this is who I am, and then
I know.
people are calling me this. And he said that, I was like, okay, does that matter? Does that even matter? Because I'm still the same, right? You don't need to
Yeah, but
like
what was it about that he noticed gay बन गया मतलब?
Matlab, one of the dance video which went viral, and
हाँ.
I was wearing this kurta sort of stuff, and I was dancing on Levitating, which is Belly Dua Lipa in one of the battle. So
अच्छा, कपड़ों से जज कर लिया.
ठीक है, but I did not have
Did you clarify?
no
Nothing.
I mean this मैं उसको क्या ही समझाऊं कि you know
Exactly.
तो मतलब ही नहीं है. Why do I need to waste my energy on somebody who would not understand?
You know, these are the words which can actually act as a booster to a lot of people who are still struggling to come out of the closet. And for whatever reasons, family pressures, yeah, societal pressures. So,
But not necessary, na? Not necessary to come out of the closet.
to each his
I feel-
own, Manish.
Yeah, but I feel मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि not everyone has the same guts,
Exactly. I was just
and
coming
not
to that.
everyone have such kind of people. I'll be very honest, I did not have people to really support me and all of that, and to be there and stand for me and do things. I had very bad experiences with my coming out and all of that. But अगर शायद मेरी जगह कोई और होता, शायद उसमें इतने guts नहीं होते, या he was more pampered, or anything, any conditioning.
It was the first person whom you spoke about, mommy.
No. I spoke to
Your friend.
one of my friend. One of my friend.
It's a girl.
Yeah.
And she said she was indifferent. So what?
No. I remember this is a big story. I spoke to one of my flatmate, and he was a guy
In Mumbai.
friend. Yeah. And that was my initial year of shifting. I shifted, and something happened, and then after that, I was telling something to that guy, and during that I realized that, okay, I think I am this. And I told him that I'm bisexual. I feel, and I'm crying near the window and saying this, and he's like, it's okay, society will accept you and everything. And that sort of that feeling sort of raised in me, because I fell for him somehow. I did not know that what is that feeling. Why am I feeling for a guy?
More than dosti.
Because I would say मुझे नहीं पता था that that's what we call it, or that's that romantic feeling. Because मेरे लिए तो वो उसका मेरी expectation पे खरे उतरना was everything. उसके words of affirmation was everything to me. So it wasn't about a label or anything. It was just that I was close to him and attached to him. So I said this, that I think I feel for you something. Then I sort of said few things to him that, basically like, I am this, I think, and I'm scared, and all of that. Cut to, he become very, that moment he was very supportive. He was like, he listened to me. And from the next day he became homophobic. Like if I'm coming and sitting next to him,
I can
he used to go
understand.
like this. And I'm like, okay, theek hai. But yeah,
Manish,
then after that, I just put myself into this like, okay, I can't. And then it took me a lot. Like I would say it took me 2 years to actually do a lot of self work.
Manish, again, I want you to become the voice of quite a few people when they tend to come out to the person whom they trust the most. Okay. और सामने वाला तब तक दोस्त रहता है, फिर 2 मिनट में एक बार समझने के बाद वो यू टर्न ले लेता है, दोस्ती पे सवाल उठता है. सो बट ऑफ कोर्स यू डोंट एक्सपेक्ट दैट पर्सन बोला ओनली बिकॉज यू कन्फाइड इन हिम ऑन द बेसिस दैट यार ये बंदे ने मेरा सब बातें आज तक जाना है, तो मेरा ये भी बातें वो समझ के स्वीकार कर लेगा. एंड व्हेन दैट थिंग डजंट हैपन, it shatters you as an individual. So how did you deal with it? Because this is important, because this will definitely serve as a, क्या बोलते हैं हम, जो मरम बोलते हैं, to lot of people who are fighting it out.
I think I'll be a little brutally honest, but
नहीं बोलो, देखो सच्चाई हमेशा कड़ी होती है. You have to.
nobody will be there for you.
मतलब आपको अपनी लड़ाई खुद लड़नी है.
Not even your parents. Because what you're feeling, they can't feel that. What you going through, or you will go through, or you went through, they can't go through that. They can sympathize you, they can empathize you, but they cannot be like, oh, you do everything and I'm there for you. Nobody can be there because everyone is going through something or other thing in their life. So if somebody is getting scared or somebody is taking a back, it's because they are not ready for it to even give you support, because they don't have enough to give you.
Or maybe they don't know what you're passing through.
Maybe that they don't know, but do they ready to know? That's
a big
what
question.
matter.
Yeah.
So if they are ready to know, that's a good deal. That's like a big win for them, for you also. Because you know what? I don't understand what you're saying, but I would love to know. I would love to understand you. Tell me more about it. You know? Then there you go. You start learning about it. You start correcting your words which you use for somebody. You start putting yourself a condition in a way that, doesn't offend the front person, doesn't offend your friend. But the question which came from you was basically, मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि if they take a side which simply tells you that they liked the idea of you which they had in their brain, not you. So it wasn't you who was their friend, but it was
उनका perception of
unka perception, basically a shadow. So it wasn't you, it was your shadow which they had in their brain of you. So this simply tells that if that person take a back, but we say red flag, don't.
Okay. This is exactly the reason why I wanted Manish to speak about it. यार, in case your friend या फिर your batchmate, your classmate या फिर any office colleague तुम्हारे से ना बोलते ना कि अगर confide करता है, confess करता है, saying that I'm kind of attracted and all, वो तुम्हारे पे हावी नहीं होना चाहता है. It's just that he's just telling what he feels for you. I'm sure you must not have attacked that person. You've just spoken about it.
After that, I wanted to, but
But speaking is heart out and attacking are two different things. Yeah.
But I would say this is, I'm sorry to cut you, but I would say this is mostly a man case, not so many women and girls. Because I think...
So you feel the people who want to confide, they should confide into a girl first, provided they...
No. अभी ये भी हो सकता है ना कि सामने वाला, अब suppose if I like a man, तो मैं शायद उसको बताना चाहूँगा than telling a girl.
हाँ.
Even if I want to express my feelings towards somebody, that, even if I go and to tell that, you look beautiful and I find you really attractive, just that, and I just say that to a guy, oh God, ऐसे हो जाएगा वो.
ये सोच रहे मेरे बारे में.
I'm like, why is this even making you scared? Like, I am not coming on to you, bro. Easy. Yeah. I'm just like, a girl is saying that to you because a girl is attracted to you. A guy can also be attracted to a guy.
That is a normal. Huh.
Yeah. So if you make it normal and if you accept that as a compliment and you can be like, I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Simple. You don't have to be, oh, I also like you. No, we are not asking for that. Nobody's asking for that.
Precisely.
So one thing which you need to do is listen. Simple. And I think in that case, girls are more understandable and girls are really ready to listen and they are more like, वो बोलते हैं ना कि औरतों में होती है उतनी सहनशक्ति to step into anyone's shoes. So they can do it. male ego
Correct.
sort of like put them into this कि, oh shit मुझे
No,
क्या
that is
बोलेगा?
exactly the reason why I was telling the audience. So, if at all anybody comes to you, just a patient hearing दे दो यार. I mean, you don't know what that person is passing through. तुम्हारा एक उनकी बात सुन लेने से you never know to what extent you must be soothing that person's emotions. So if at all you have anybody in your vicinity, just give them a patient listening. That's all from our team that we would like to request, and I believe you will agree to this.
Yeah. And if there is nothing, go to therapist.
पहला पेमेंट का क्या किया आप?
I told you right that 1100
हाँ
जो मुझे आ जाना चाहिए I did, and then people came to
हाँ
and give me
नहीं but
money.
then did you give it to
I gave it to my mom.
मम्मी हाँ
Mom.
नहीं
मुझे जब भी ऐसा कोई सैलरी आता था या जब भी कुछ ऐसा अमाउंट आता था, you know, sometimes it was like I have to give my rent the next day, but I would give it to my mother first, and I'm like, can you send this to me tomorrow?
wow
Like इतना amount so that I can send my rent. ऐसा भी किया मैंने.
अच्छा बच्चा
हाँ.
मनीष लाइक यू नो मे बी आप बोलते ना आज इतना स्माइल कर रहे हो बट देन वी कैन ऑल्सो अंडरस्टैंड बाय नाउ वी कैन अंडरस्टैंड द पेन एंड द ट्रॉमा दैट यू हैव गॉन थ्रू बट इन सबके बीच में ना यू कम अक्रॉस एज समबडी वेरी प्रिंसिपल्ड समबडी हु हैज गॉट स्ट्रॉन्ग वैल्यूज तो कभी ऐसा कुछ सिचुएशन आया व्हेन यू हैव टू कॉम्प्रोमाइज विद योर प्रिंसिपल्स एंड वैल्यूज ऑफ लाइफ
I think we as humans are very different and very difficult to sometimes understand even ourselves. तो मुझे लगता है कि I am in that journey where I am also understanding my behavior, who am I as a person whenever I go to different phases. So sometimes there is this phase when I'm not working, when I'm sort of not getting work, or I am more free, or I'm mentally going to something or a rejection or something. There I learn a lot about myself, and I also sometimes end up doing stuff which I don't expect from Manish to do. If I treat myself as a brand, and if I'm working for Manish Poonam, so I would not let that person do that, but I also end up doing that, which put me into space of disappointment. So I also sometimes feel disappointed by myself also, that oh god, like there was this space where I was just not liking myself, like whatever I'm doing, maybe I'm sleeping more, or I'm just not eating well, or the end or like reacting to people, or sometimes I just don't want to listen to anybody, or just like that phase जब आपको कुछ पसंद नहीं आता और आपको खुद भी पसंद नहीं आते हो आप. I have been through that phase a lot of times.
ये जब प्रोजेक्ट्स नहीं मिल रहे थे वो टाइम की बात या फिर
Not
कोई और
necessary
कारण था
that time, but I don't know if there was a reason for it. I don't know if there was a reason.
It's one of those
I think
phases
it's
in
just
life.
that things keep collecting, and one day it's just on you and you don't know where it has come from. So ये भी हो सकता है. Sometimes there is so much work you have done that you feel creative exhaustion, और उससे डील नहीं किया जाता है बहुत बार, बिकॉज तुम्हारा दिमाग नहीं सोच पा रहा है जो में तो तुम सोचते थे, जिस तरह के आइडियाज तुम्हें आते थे, तो तुम you're like fuck, I can't do this. Manish Poonam would not do this. Something like that would come to your brain also. So there's this sense of a lot of disappointment which also I goes through a lot. But it's like that, as I said, that I'm working because मैंने खुद ने अपना एक आइडिया सेट कर रखा था मनीष पूनम का. अभी मैं चेंज कर रहा हूँ उसको, बिकॉज workaholic, ये कर रहे हो, वो कर रहे हो, because I was this person, I was doing 10 things in a day. Now I'm little lazy on myself. I do give myself time. I do give people, this I would not, if we are doing this without camera, off camera, I would not do when I was 19 or 20.
Okay.
Because I'm like, what is the purpose behind it? I was this, everything needs to have a purpose. It should be productive. तो मैं ये बन चुका था मैं, बिकॉज आई वाज सो वर्कहोलिक. तो मेरे को वो एक मिनट भी वेस्ट नहीं करना था. आई वाज दिस, बट दैट मेड मी नॉट एंजॉय माई फ्री टाइम और नॉट इवन लाइक ब्रीथ.
मशीन बन चुके हैं.
हाँ,
अब जब बात आ गई है तो लेट मी आस्क यू, पर्सनल अटैक जो करते हैं अबाउट योर सेक्सुअलिटी व्हाटएवर, हाउ डू यू डील विद इट? बिकॉज मनीष, मैं फिर से बोल रहा हूँ, योर वर्ड्स कैन डेफिनेटली become words of advice to a lot of people. So how do you deal with personal attacks? या फिर पहले का मनीष यूज टू गेट हर्ट, फील बैड, सेल्फ डाउट, या फिर आप पहले से ऐसे थे एंड यू स्टिल कंटिन्यू, या फिर आप पहले से एक लेवल अप हो गए? सो हाउ डू यू डील विद द पर्सनल अटैक्स?
I've been bullied a lot in my childhood by saying ladki, 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 ladki. But later on, I realized that it's better to be a girl than a man. Yeah. So now, when I was growing and everything, initially when I was in my closet, when I was dealing with a lot of things, so I think I was very busy to even think about my sexuality. So I did not get that time. But when I got that time, took solo trips and all of that, I really thought about it. Then I started working on it, dealing with it, and making my own mind, making peace with it. Because I think it's something which is more of a self work than people wanting you to do that, or people calling you and making you sort of influencing you a lot of that way. It's not that way. It's more about you, and you are dealing with it. And towards the end, it's like, अगर सामने वाला मुझे कुछ कुछ बोल रहा है, और ये वाला बात होता है ना कि उसने मुझे अगर गाली दी तो मैं बन नहीं जाऊंगा वो चीज़. इट वॉज जस्ट लाइक दैट. तो अगर मुझे कोई भी कुछ भी बोल रहा था, आई डिड नॉट हैव टू डील विद इट, बिकॉज दैट वॉज कमिंग फ्रॉम हिज और हर इनसिक्योरिटी, दैट वॉज कमिंग फ्रॉम देयर कंडीशनिंग. तो आई वुड जस्ट गो एंड टेल देम, यू नो व्हाट, इट्स ओके, थिंग्स विल गेट बेटर इन योर लाइफ.
गेट वेल सून.
या बिकॉज प्रॉब्लम उनके दिमाग में है. अभी टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, मैं सबके दिमाग का कचरा तो साफ नहीं कर सकता. वॉट आई कैन डू इज, आई कैन बी माई सेल्फ एंड आई कैन क्रिएट दैट वॉल. वट एवर कम्स, थप्पा खा के उन पे जाएगा. सो दैट वे इट्स द बेस्ट फॉर मी एंड माई मेंटल हेल्थ, बिकॉज आई हैव अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स टू वर्क ऑन माई सेल्फ. आई कैन डील विद लाइक 100 comments coming to me.
लेट मी बी ब्रूटल. तुमने सबका दिमाग का कचरा साफ करने का ठेका नहीं ले रखा.
एग्जैक्टली, बट दैट वे आई थिंक कचरा साफ हो रहा है, बिकॉज आई एम बीइंग जिद्दी. तो अगर आप जिद्दी हो रहे हो, तो जिद्दी होने के बाद आप 100 से 50 लोगों को कन्वर्ट कर रहे हो, बिकॉज दे आर फॉलोइंग यू एंड दे सॉर्ट ऑफ हेट यू फॉर यू बीइंग यू, बट दे वांट दैट इन देम. दैट्स व्हाट पुट देम हेट इन, बिकॉज दे आर इनसिक्योर, दे कांट डू दैट. उनसे नहीं हो पा रहा, they don't have the
जो चीज वो
guts.
नहीं कर पा रहे, you're achieving might as well. Yeah.
So I think that comes from a lot of insecurity also. तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि I don't really have to take that responsibility to correct the world. The one thing which I can do is I represent my community, represent myself fully. That the one who will understand, they will understand, and through these conversations they will understand. If they don't need to understand, that's their deal. They have to deal with it. I don't have to deal with it. As
Very
simple
well.
as that.
मनीष, विश्व की तो हम बात कर ही रहे हैं, बट मोर स्पेसिफिकली सिंस वी आर इन इंडिया, आई नीड टू आस्क यू दिस. इज इंडिया एज अ कंट्री एंड ऑल्सो इंडियंस डूइंग इनफ फॉर द LGBT कम्युनिटी? एंड प्राइड मंथ करके साल में एक बार आता है, वहाँ पे रेनबो फ्लैग्स, like it's a symbolic of LGBT community. वो एक particular let me just give an analogy. बोलते हैं कि मम्मी को हर समय प्यार करो, सिर्फ एक दिन मदर्स डे के टाइम पे जाके वो नहीं करो. So maybe it's a wrong example, but then I believe you understand what I'm trying to say. So are we only picking up that rainbow flag during that Pride month? Is that what the contribution towards LGBT, or it's more than that, or you want people to be more than that, just picking up the rainbow flag? And
I think it's simple now. Like, we are just not alive on the Pride months. हम लोग हर दिन जी रहे हैं. So then why are we only celebrated in one month? Just because it's trendy to do that. Just because we get business to you. Just because we know that Diwali pe sale hoga. We know that Pride month pe we will take Pride people, we will take LGBT community, and they can get their business ka PR get well. So understandable. That is still understandable because everyone do that. It's a business thingy, I understand. But my point is, you only come when it has to be, like, when it's a deal.
Convenience.
You know, you only come with your convenience. Are you going to actually, like, on the streets and going to the transgenders and helping them on the Pride Month? Because I don't think so उनके लिए वो Pride Month होता होगा. It's only for the people, those who are out there, those are going good, those who have their power and people. So brands only go to them. Are you really going and funding the organizations, those who are working for him? No. So what is the real thing which you are doing? You are not, you are doing things for your sake because you know that I will add value to your brand. But are you actually doing it for the people? That's what matters. And talking about Indians, I think one thing which really, really owe us is the entertainment industry, because the entertainment industry is not really talking about it. We don't have enough stories of queer people in cinema. If it is there, it's only roaming around in the festivals. It's not in the mainstream. It's not coming on OTT. It's not. If something which made things go out was Instagram, because now everyone is on Instagram, and I would say whoever is active and representing queer community on Instagram,
They're doing
they're
it
out
with
there.
pride.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
And there are people those who are still not doing it with pride.
Mm.
There are actors, there are people, which is okay. You don't have to. But I think one thing which you can do is to support. And
Man,
that doesn't make you any bad or any
less
colorful.
Mm.
It's okay.
I mean, I will not like to name the film, but then there is one superstar का film जहाँ पर the first ever introduction of a gay character, वो लोग एक particular background music था उसका. So like, you know, whenever there is a introduction of a gay character or a, like, you know, pansy character, that music follows. So you feel bus karo abhi, like, you know, let
I
us not.
feel what I feel is,
Now the thing is, it has become a mockery.
so I think we have still evolved a lot, to be very honest. Pehle it was only for comedy, if you have seen. Now, if you see Badhai Do,
हाँ.
if you see films
It's more like
these,
path-breaking,
even
हाँ.
if it's a mainstream film, it came out in the theater, so that's a crazy
And
thing.
with mainstream actors also.
Yeah, Rajkumar Rao, crazy. Even Gulshan Devya also did. Yeah. And cut to, what I feel is right now, what is more needed is to find the normalcy in it. Right now, normalcy नहीं है उसमें. उसमें हम लोग तड़का लगा ही रहे हैं अभी भी, to make it look gay, to make it look queer, which already categorize. So when you're already categorizing, you're already showing them abnormal, if that makes sense. So what can entertainment industry do is, how we are being very much realistic in our realism cinema, can we do that with the queer characters also? वही है ना कि तुम कितना उस चीज़ के बारे में बात कर रहे हो इंडस्ट्री में, कितना उस चीज़ को, देर आर गे मैन्स इन द इंडस्ट्री, देर आर क्वेयर पीपल, बट स्टोरीज तो नहीं बता रहे तुम इनकी.
I know. Do people become easy targets, soft targets for the casting directors? Casting couch जिसको बोलते हैं. Like, you know, casting director, of course he or she casts for a project or something. फिर बाद में that, you know, that casting couch is also another word for compromise. So कभी ऐसा कोई situation आया
I
है?
have never experienced this, and
But you must have heard stories about.
Yeah, but again, you hear it.
But does that make you scared before approaching anyone for work?
I don't approach so many people. I don't approach in a way, to be very honest. I don't approach. It only comes from outside if it comes from outside. I have been that person. Yeah. Like, I do send auditions, I do send my intros to the casting team, and the way every actor does, I do that. But I don't approach personally.
अच्छा,
Never
मतलब you
done
don't
that.
call up people and
No,
kind of
no,
ask
no.
for
I've
work.
never done that. So yeah.
So do you feel being a celebrity in India is a privilege or it's a pressure?
I feel being a celebrity comes with its pros and cons again. So And the pressure is also about people to people. There are celebrities do those who just do their work and they just go home. And then there are celebrities, those who take stands for things, those who have the power, so they use their power also. So it also depends on you very much. Um, because when you are a celebrity, you're famous, people look up to you, so you have the power to, and your words become a thing out there, like a statement which makes so much sense to people and which sort of becomes patthar ki lakir for so many people also. So I think you hold that power. So you need to like I get now very this कि मैं सही तो बोल रहा हूँ ना, like I should not be speaking anything or making anything which is offensive to people. um, Pros, I would say definitely. And I think it's also about being famous, which is not what we are working for. Like if I'm working as an actor, then automatically it goes out and it gets me audience. So I did not work for the audience, but I work for the story. So my job is just tell the story. So the audience coming to me and the fame coming to is my byproduct, if we say. And that byproduct can differ people to people and actor to actor. There are so many good actors, they still not have such good audience. And they're very amazing. And there are such shitty actors also, they get like crazy audience also. PR, which we say. And so many things. But yeah.
हम जब मनीष बात करते हैं when we speak about say a person whose character is supposed to be gay on screen, ठीक है, we have straight men playing those roles. So do you feel that पहले से people who are gay and they are already struggling to get the foothold in the industry and बचा कुछ एक रोल है गे का रोल है which can come organically to a person who's actually gay, even that straight people are paying. What's your opinion? Is this the right for a person who is straight to play that role is a challenge? वो तो यार मैं जो नहीं हूँ मैं करके दिखाऊंगा. But don't you feel casting a gay person will be more ideal? What's your personal take on this?
I feel is that you should be a great actor regardless of your sexuality. Because if somebody is casting you, they're not casting you because when I was casted, they did not ask me my sexuality. They did not know about it till my mock shoot, which sort of पता नहीं उनको बोले प्लस पॉइंट या जो, बिकॉज उनको तो ये दिमाग में नहीं था कि मैं क्वेयर हूँ. उनके लिए तो ये एक एक्टर है जो अच्छा एक्टिंग कर रहा है और उसको ले लेते हैं. सो इट्स अबाउट वही बात होगी. आप मेरा पॉडकास्ट ले रहे हैं, अभी आप इसलिए नहीं ले रहे कि मैं क्वेयर हूँ. You are taking my podcast because I'm an artist. I am doing this and that. That's why you want to
multi-talented artist.
You want to talk to me. So if an actor is going on the floor, if an actor is getting casted, that's because of their skills. That's nothing to do with their sexuality, I feel. So if a gay man is getting casted for a straight guy, that's also a thing. That can also happen. And problem क्या है? अब problem इसमें आ जाती है कि I think industry really takes a little time now to evolve to a place where they will stop seeing sexuality in it. वहाँ पे I think मुझे लगता है कि थोड़ा time लगेगा, where even a queer people will start getting roles which is not just about queerness, but there's a story to tell. There is a characterization in it. It's not just, oh, I'm gay. No. It can't be it. And towards the end, if a straight guy is getting casted for a gay man or a queer personality or anything like that, I don't say that it's offensive, but it's as simple as that. Go and audition for it. If you're able to play it as well as he's doing it, you will get it.
The right connection.
It's about the skill. There's nothing to do with the sexuality. There should be nothing to do with the sexuality because that's none of person's business what is happening in someone's
that should
bed.
Not even be rather.
A great example, Jonathan Belly. Very good example. Like he has played such crazy straight roles where I was like, oh my god. So you wouldn't even, because he's an amazing actor he is, and there is nothing to do with the sexuality, I'm sure.
So Kalotki, if at all you get a role where we are
I would do it.
required to do like a completely macho looking guy, so you'll
I would do it.
burn that ass in the gym and
Yeah, I would do it.
beef up.
Yeah, because that's
It's
my
acting.
job. It's
Mhm.
acting. It's getting into the character. There is nothing to do with. And even when I played Moksh is very different to me. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but Moksh is a very different character. Has a very different lingo.
I do
He
not
has
sit
got
here without
very.
doing my homework.
It's okay. मोक्ष इज वेरी थोड़ा डरा हुआ है और बहुत
सहमा
सहमा सा है पर कॉन्फिडेंट भी है पर एट द सेम टाइम ही डजंट वांट टू परसीव एज अ गे मैन यू नो सो बहुत सारी चीज़ें सो इट्स वेरी डिफरेंट टू माई बॉडी लैंग्वेज
So any particular on-screen character whom you feel that I can do a better job, और यार काश कोई ऐसा कोई रोल मुझे मिल जाता?
Not really thought about it. I think I have been that person who, because I know that when the story's been written, it's been written in a way that they basically think of a person, a body, or how that person would react. So when they get that on board, it's the casting thing. It's casted. So for me, I feel it's not about that I would be able to do it better, but I think मुझे ऐसा लगता है that with my screen age, I think I would do good college going student roles more, and I would do that good. But I really want to do something which talks about, basically it's about the journey of a guy and how that person evolves through time. So for me being an actor, it will be challenging because मैं एक कैरेक्टर को थ्रू आउट नहीं रख रहा हूँ बट मैं उसमें ग्रो हो रहा हूँ तो मुझे उस पर काम बहुत करना पड़ेगा as a growing character from 2016 to 2000, what we say, 25 or 26. So for that 10 years of time, how I evolve, how I grow, and the instances that happening in my life and situations happening in my life sort of changes my body language, my eyes, my expressions, the maturity in words, the maturity how I will say my lines and everything. So all of that, and it will be more difficult when you are doing it in a very informal way because you don't have a sequence.
Correct.
It goes ऊपर नीचे तो आपको बहुत चैलेंजिंग हो जाता है तो step back and go forth ऐसा. So I think that way I would say.
So-
Not specifically because वही बोल रहा हूँ ना कि अगर मैं गोल सेट कर लूँगा
I know.
तो
So campus beats kind of made you the heartbeat of a lot of your fans. So what next for you professionally?
what next for me professionally? There are few things which I can't disclose. But right now professionally I am working more on to tell stories through my platform, my Instagram.
Acha.
Yeah, that's my goal. That's what I want to do, and I want to work. I really want to work as a director to so many things. I really want to work as an actor. I really, because well, I want to do everything. So I want to work in different spaces. I want to collaborate with amazing artists. So yeah, that's what it is for me right now.
No, but then whatever the projects that you're talking about, I understand, like, superstition runs in the entertainment industry. We don't want to talk about it before it's on, like, whenever we can talk about it. But what is it? Where is it that we can see you? Like in a proper film, an OTT show, or
OTT.
Okay. ठीक है. Is Manish Poonam cut out for Big Boss in case you get an offer? No. Like you don't want people to spy on you with a CCTV camera 360, like at least 30 days a month.
I don't know. Maybe
You find that true invasion of privacy, or
I feel like I will be so much out there. Like basically you'll be transparent. मुझे वो थोड़ा तो रखना है.
element of
पर्दा.
secrecy? हाँ.
थोड़ा तो रखना है. I would want that. There is nothing I am benefiting from it, but I would want that. बाकी you never know. Time से time चीज़ें change होती है, so I might, if I got good money, I will do it. You never know.
Big Boss makers. So एक candidate को तो हमने ready कर दिया.
You never
So
know.
on that note, Manish, anything else that you want to add?
No, I'm good.
ठीक है.
All great.
Thank you so much on behalf of the entire बोला भारतीय टीम. तहे दिल से धन्यवाद करता हूँ आपका. Like, you know, you came and, you know, we had a wonderful time talking to you. A lot of insights that, you know, we got to know about you as a person and a lot of other aspects that we spoke about. So, thank you so much once again.
Thank you to you. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपका for calling me, for having me on board. I'm so happy. हम
Pleasure,
लोग
pleasure
मतलब
is-
it didn't feel like we were having conversation for the first time.
Yeah, I
It
know.
didn't feel like that. It was
That's-
very
that's the
smooth.
Magic of बोला भारतीय.
See, and I'm so glad.
Thank you so much, dear viewers, audience. And इसी प्रकार आप अपना प्यार बरसाते रहना. All that you need to do to attain moksha in life is like, share, and subscribe to
Thank
the
you.
Bola Bhartiya show. Till the time we bring you yet another rocking celebrity, here's your host and those Satish Sundaresan signing off. तब तक के लिए आगे दीजिए. जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र.
Much love.